On page 4, we are going to draw the Lewis structure for BHCl2 together. So the steps are the same. We are going to begin by adding up the valence electrons available. So boron has 3, plus hydrogen has 1, plus chlorine has 7 valence electrons, but there's 2 of them. So my total valence electrons here, 7 times 2 is 14, plus 4 more is 18. I like to work in pairs of electrons, so I am going to divide by 2, and I have 9 pairs available. So my first step is to arrange my atoms, and the general rule is the first element is the center atom. The exception to that is there's never going to be a hydrogen in the center of a molecule, because hydrogen can only have one bond, one single bond. So boron in the middle, and I'm going to put my hydrogen and my 2 chlorines around it. All right, the first place that I use electrons is by bonding the center atom to the outer terminal atoms. So I've used 3 pairs of electrons now, so I'm down to 6 available. After you bond the atoms to the center atom, the next step is going to be to give the complete octet to the terminal or outer atoms. Now, hydrogen here that I've circled, hydrogen can only have a single bond and then it's done. So under no circumstances can we add additional electrons to hydrogen, so we will move on. My chlorines, however, need extra electrons. They only have 2 right now. And so watch what I do here. I'm going to give electron pairs to these chlorines. And I like to bounce back and forth. So far I've used 1 pair, 2 pairs, 3 pairs. So I'm going to keep counting. 4, 5, 6 pairs of electrons have been assigned. So 0 pairs of electrons remain. My final step is to analyze that everything has what it needs. You do not have to draw these circles, but just see them in your head. So that chlorine there has 8 valence electrons. So that's correct, that's the octet. This chlorine over here also has 8 valence electrons. Check mark, that's what it needs. The hydrogen has 2 valence electrons. Remember that hydrogen can only have a single bond and then it is done. So check mark for the hydrogen. The final step here is the center atom. Now boron does not have the octet, but boron is an important and frequent exception to the octet rule. Boron is stable with 6 valence electrons. This is okay. This is acceptable for boron, and so we do not need to make any more edits. So this is the final structure of BHCl2.